So I'm going to start this because I didn't say what time I was going live, and I've got some bits to do and I need to go and wash my hair and that, but I'm not bothered coming on with it a bit greasy because I'm just being my authentic self, and you know, I'm not having all the, what's the word, bells and whistles and that. I'm just going to come on before I go and have a shower and do the little chat that I was going to talk about. I don't know how this is going to come out of my mouth. I don't even know where I'm going to start. I don't even know whatever. But then again, that's my authentic self because I'm just talking. It's not scripted, you know, like some YouTubers are, bigger YouTubers. And I know I said I was staying away, but I will be a bit quiet, like I said, over this next month just because I have got other personal stuff to do. But you know me, I can't stay away that long. But I realised that I can't stay away for that long as well, in another sense. But yeah, it's just a chat about just getting it out there. Like I said, I don't know if any of this is going to make sense, and it's going to come out over the times when I'm doing my next chats, but you've got to let people know. Like, we walk around in society now not really looking at stuff, and even if we do, the mentality, I can't even say the word, is, oh well, I've been doing it for so long, so it doesn't really matter, does it? And I've just actually thought today, with stuff that I'm finding out, yes, it actually does. Because when I went vegan last year for 9 months, 8 months, something I did it for, and then I fell off it because I thought I was getting a few pains in my arms and things. And this isn't a vegan chat, this is just an example. Pains in my arms. It wasn't because everyone says, oh, it's because you're not getting enough this, enough that. Yeah, I wasn't getting enough of some of the iron and stuff I needed because I just wasn't looking properly at the stuff I should have been having. But apart from that, I shouldn't have come off it because I did feel better on it, like physically, mentally and everything. But that's another chat for another time. But when I did that, and I was trying to tell people about why I was doing it, and it was more obviously because of if anyone's ever seen Forks Over Knives or whatever it's called, and the way I'm not going to go into it because I know people don't like hearing about it, yeah, they'll contribute to it, if you know what I mean, the ignorance sort of thing. But I'm just using this as an example because now I think it's not just that. If you're on a spiritual path, it is to do with that because we're all supposed to be one. And people might think that's mad, but now I am actually seeing a lot of things at the minute, like everywhere, and I can't stop seeing it. But gone off thought now. Oh yeah, so people would say, like friends and family, oh, why are you doing that, blah blah blah, and I'd say, oh, because of this, that and the other, you know, and the ethical things and this, that and the other, and they'd be like, oh yeah, I know, but you know, oh well, I've been doing it for ages. And I thought, yeah, that's the thing with anything, innit? If we're trying to show positivity in any light, someone really doesn't want to go for it like heart and soul sort of thing. They'll just go, yeah, I know, but I've been doing it for so long, so like, yo, yeah, I've been smoking, yeah, I know it could kill me or causes cancer or whatever, but I've been doing it that long, it doesn't really matter now, doesn't it? It's like, actually, yeah, it does, because if we all have the mentality to think that it doesn't matter anymore, especially at the state of what the world's in today, some of you will know what I'm talking about with certain things that are going on with the government and different things, but a lot of us have chose to keep our blinkers on, and we're like, well, it doesn't really matter because whatever's going to happen is going to happen anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But actually it does, because if we stay in the it doesn't really matter mode, nothing's ever going to change, because that's what people say as well. When you're trying to show some light on something or some truth and be positive to get other people's vibrations up, because that is what it's all about as well, vibrations, in our reality. If everyone's just on the same par as like, oh well, it doesn't really matter, that's one big negative plane to be on, really, where other negative, bad energies that are about in this world today are flying around and sucking off that bad energy, because we all are one. We all are one. I'm just seeing things now. We all are one. So if we all are one and we all think the same, then forever it will be the same. So if we don't choose to at least start trying to change things, nothing's going to change. That's why someone said, I think it was, I can't remember if it's Blackwell, I can't remember your name. Blackwell said something about, yeah, on people's YouTube channels, there used to be lots of like, you know, positive channels. A lot of people are just bitching and fighting and going on. It's keeping the vibrations at a negative vibration. So everyone's feeling like that, because we need more people uplifting. And I did say to someone today, just for example, when people say about YouTube, if you're doing a YouTube channel, do not be bothered about subbing. I don't mean subbing, but I mean if you subs, more subs and more subs, because you want to be like a famous, massive famous YouTuber. No, you don't. Believe me, you don't. You shouldn't bother about how many likes you're getting angry when you're not getting likes. That was like that thing the other day when I apologised, because I thought someone was saying something to me, and I don't normally join in on a negative comment, because that's where it all kicks off. And I got the wrong end of the stick, because I thought someone was saying something to me and they were saying to the other person who said it above me. So that's why I apologise, because I will apologise if I'm wrong. But it also, I'm glad that happened, because it also made me think, I thought something and then said something back. It only got me in a negative mood, and that's where everyone starts getting all negative. So I won't be doing that again on any negative comments. And that's what I normally say anyway. Don't, lower yourself to their level. So just ignore it. So when people, and I've seen a lot of people saying this on YouTube about subbing because they're going about monetization and all that. Truly, just don't be bothered about it. I am not bothered, because I come as my authentic self. So if you're coming as your authentic self, the thing is, I'm just trying to put a bit of positivity out on here. Like I keep saying, I'm not bothered. My numbers have just recently gone up. Then they go down, and they go up, then they go down. But I'm not really bothered, because like I said, I know I've helped a couple of people. So that to me is more important than just making videos just because my ego wants everyone to like me, or I've got more subscribers than you. It's not about that. It's about, well, it is if that's what you want it to be about. I don't want my channel to be about that. I want to shed some positive light on people's lives, even if it makes you think a little bit, and to show truths in some things, because some people are still asleep. I can't really explain what I'm talking about, but you'll probably get to know as I do some more videos, because I've been woken up to something. When we say that spiritual enlightenment, yeah, meditating and all that does help, and I was going to get around to that, but actually I've been awoken without it. I have been awakening, but I didn't know it on this path that I'm on anyway, because with my spiritual path, you go looking at things, you're not always watching telly, and that's one of the worst things you can watch, believe it or not, because it's called the television, vision, tells you lies, believe it or not. Like I say, people believe the news because it's on the news, and I say it doesn't mean it's true just because it's on the news, but people walking around with the blinkers on is all I'm saying. Hi Tatty T, how are you? Yeah, I dyed it back. Now I'm thinking what I'm going to talk about in a minute. I'm thinking, oh my God, let's not dye it again. But I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, Tatty T, but there's a lot of dark evilness in the world, and I do mean like dark evilness in the world. Not to get negative about, I just mean if there's more positive channels, it's going to push that out. Because if there's negative, it's just going to come in. And I know, Tatty T, I know you've had that crap on your channel before, like I said, about people who are just wanting loads of subscribers and loads of likes. You don't want your channel for that. If everyone had a channel where you had, I know you can do it, but where you had no, you couldn't see the subscribers, how many you've got, and I know you can do that anyway, and you couldn't see the likes, and you couldn't see the comments, and you couldn't see the likes or the dislikes, then think a lot of people wouldn't be doing YouTube, because they'd be thinking, well, and that goes for Instagram and everything, even though we all do it, but it's like, You wouldn't know how many people liked your channel. You wouldn't know who you were televising to, whatever you call it, who you were streaming to, live or not live, and who was actually, how many, you wouldn't know how many people watching, you wouldn't know how many people liking or not liking, you wouldn't see any comments, you wouldn't know. So some people would be like, well, yeah, I know you can hide it. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to do YouTube anymore because I can't see who's liking me. You know, with getting the ego in, I can't see. So why am I making my videos if it's not through because you're feeding off like the likes and how many numbers you've got? Then why are you doing it? Sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? I was happy when I had one subscriber. I'd got, you know, when you're like, oh, somebody's watching me. But to put a message out though, if you're not, I don't know if anyone understands that, but I'm just awakening up to a lot of things that I'm seeing about me now, because watching YouTube and not watching telly and trying to, like I've said, watch what you want to watch, but because I've been on a path trying to find out positive people and things that have gone in the past that have been going on for years, our history I've been finding out about, you know, different things. I'm like, oh my God. Things to do with celebrities, I'm like, oh my God, like what the hell is going on in this world? But to not focus on that too much, if anyone knows what I'm talking about, we've got to bring the vibrations up, because when I've gone on about law of attraction, I'm seeing like what that really is now. I've been trying to write things down, and it is. If anyone watches Teal Swan, she's really good at saying it, but it was, like I said, it's your vibrations and what you put out there. So the more positive, and she's like, it's like a mirror, and it is, because the more positive you put out up there in the matrix, if you want to call it that, will come out in reality. Hi, old crow, will come out in reality. It mirrors itself. So, what was I saying? I'm trying to find something I've written down now. I can't even read it. But I just think, so if you're being positive, you're blasting it out there, it's going to come out. People are going to see this thing that's going on in the world at the minute is getting broken down. A lot of things are going to be coming out. People are going to be like, yeah, people are going to be like, some people are going to be broken because they're going to be like, oh, I never saw it. Like, but that's what I'm saying about, you've got to start questioning things like why has that happened? Like, you know, why do we always do that thing of like, oh, someone's gone vegan, but then the other person goes, oh, well, you know, I've been doing it for years, so what's the point? There is a point, because if we don't make a change, we're just going to stay on that level. That's why everyone's negative all the time. There was just, I don't even know what I'm talking about tonight, and there was just little things I was looking at, and then like, because now I'm thinking about cleaning products around the house, and things need to go more, when people say go back to nature, I'm looking at it like, yeah, we do. It's like our future needs to go backwards, not forwards, backwards, away from chemicals and away from stuff like that, away from like in the older days when we grew our own food and stuff, because my eldest actually has had some, well, we had a vegan tea tonight anyway, and so did Finn, and it was nice, and I'm trying to slowly get that out now, starting to eat healthily, and then it makes you think about, I knew about these, but you just think, oh, well, been using them for ages, makes me smell nice, makes the house smell nice, but it doesn't matter because I've been using them for ages. But then when I looked up today, what's in things, I'm not saying this one, I'm just saying it was an air freshener. Yeah, we spray them everywhere, and I was thinking, but we spray them everywhere. We spray them all around the house, we spray them on ourselves, we spray them on our kids, whatever, and we wonder why we're all getting cancer and stuff and everyone's ill. Because I said this earlier on, these words I can't even pronounce. Why are they that frigging long anyway? Can't pronounce them, there's something in it. I can't say them all, but some give you, as I said earlier on, pesticides that accumulate fat cells, causes cancer, they're very toxic, can give you leukemia, anemia, what do you call it? I can't even say it. Can cause birth defects. Yeah, I know it's in everything. I know it's hard to get away from everything, but I'm trying to look to try and, you know, to try and change some things anyway that I can do myself, like making, you know, your own, like, I know, clothes and everything, making some homemade cleaning stuff with essential oils and stuff like that, because you can do that. And then I just happened to look at this spray, which obviously I know has got chemicals in, body spray, which you can tell, I've had this for a bit and haven't really used it. The only thing that jumped out at me on the back of this was, do not use on polished or paint surfaces, which obviously, yeah, because it's going to market something, but wood's quite tough, so what's it doing to your body if you can't put it on painted and wood surfaces? I'm like, and then you've got the whole list of shite on the back. So you can make your own natural perfumes with essential oil and stuff. So I don't know, it's just got me thinking, like, oh my God, like, what are we doing? I'm even thinking of getting a water distiller, because the fluoride they put in the water, trying to poison us that way. The fluoride they put in our water and our toothpaste. I've ordered a toothpaste with no fluoride in it. I know this sounds mad, but distilled water, they say don't, but distilled water is supposed to be pure water. So yeah, I've seen the vinegar. I've looked it up, because obviously I've been on Pinterest, and you can go on there and get loads of, like, you know, if you type in like natural house cleaners, but it's just making me think, all around us is chemicals, and everyone's wondering why. The food you eat's got a pile of crap in it. If you're eating processed food, processed meats, that's why I've just chucked a load of chicken out. It's just like, I can't look at it. I don't want my kids eating it. I don't like. I know it's in everything, and it's really, really hard, but I can change. I can start making that movement in my home anyway, to try and get them things out, and drinking lots more water. I mean, this isn't, I boiled it. I know it isn't distilled, because distilled has to be steamed, and it's the water that collects off, but I did find one on eBay, so I'm going to be looking at that. Just trying to eat healthily, so it's like mind, body and soul. I don't know if anyone knows about the stuff that I'm trying to talk about, but there's just a lot of stuff going on, and it's in symbols everywhere. And now, like I said, now I've seen it, I can't stop seeing it. I'm just like, what the hell? And some people, if they go and see certain stuff, are going to get worried and feeling negative, which you do at first, because you're like, I can't believe it. Go and watch the film, the series, which I'll be watching after, Altered Carbon on Netflix. All the films that are out at the minute are to do with what's going on, secretly coded. You might think I'm daft on that, but I'm not. And Altered Carbon. I watched 3 last night, and I was like, I can't believe what I'm seeing. Like, that is what I've been learning about. But at the end of the day, you've got to push past that and think positivity, because the whole thing, I think, of our life is, what was said, let me see. We think it's, and I believe this as well, we think it's, and no one has to believe what I'm saying, you know, might just be listening. It's not a physical, we think it's a physical life, but when you think about it, it isn't. It's an emotional. We feed, you know, when we say everything's energy, everything is energy, what I've always been saying, everything's energy. It's not, we always say, oh yeah, it's a physical, you know, we're physical beings, but we're emotional. Everything's done off emotions. When you're feeling hurt in love, when you see wars and you're getting upset, anger, negativity feeds off that. That's why when we're going about positivity, you've got to push it out. You've got to do the law of attraction and all that. You've got to mirror yourself with what you're thinking. That is law of attraction. What you put out up there will come out in reality. I don't know if anyone knows what I mean, but it isn't a physical thing. We go off emotions. If you think about it, we go off emotions through anger, pain, you know, love, different things. I don't know if anyone gets what I'm talking about. I probably think I've all gone mad, but this is why when I do my YouTube videos, I mean, this isn't what I've written down, like, well, it is, I have written it down to talk about but these are little things I'm writing down about myself that I'm looking into, and things that are like, oh yeah, that makes sense what I write down, so I'm not forgetting. But I don't normally come on here with a script, like some big YouTubers might be like, oh, I've got the lighting right, and oh, I've got this big, I've got to have editing. That's why I don't edit. It doesn't bother me. I'm just being my authentic self. I don't want to edit. I can't be bothered. Just get it out. I'm just feeling how I feel. And that's how I'm getting out. And I don't know if it makes any sense. But that's why I always say, do I make any sense? Because I'm just authentically being me. I'm not being told what to say. I try to write things down sometimes when I'm trying to put on paper what I'm trying to explain, because I think people are just going to think, I don't know what she's talking about. But it's not all scripted. Like I said, I wasn't coming back, but obviously I am. I wasn't going anywhere, but I just mean, because I've got to do a few things for me, my nail thing. I've got to sort that out soon, so I'll be doing a bit of that. But I will be coming, I'll be flashing in and out, and then I'll be back at the end of the month as normal. Saying that, you know me, I'll probably be back tomorrow, but I won't be doing as much as I've done until the end of March, I think. So, but because I felt like coming on tonight, I thought, no, I've just got to come on before I go and settle down for the evening and just get this out of my system. Hi, she's finally caught me. I know I'll be going soon as well, but to get it out of my system, because it's just how I feel. And most people do say they know what I'm talking about, or I'm not going just yet, or they get me. And like I said, I have lovely messages off people. It's not to do with subbing or whatever, because if you want to sub, if you don't like my videos, you can unsub, but whatever. But I'm just trying to, I did a positivity message drop the other day when I went food shopping. I'm going to do one tomorrow. I did say this the other day, and due to my randomness, who watched me, I don't know, when I started this channel, I did them, he did them, and he said he's doing them in Leeds. We've got to get these positive vibes out. I'm going to keep banging on about it. You've got to get these vibes out. You've got to lift your vibrations. Even if you see anything that I've been talking about, if anyone knows what I'm talking about, you've got, oh, thank you. You've got to rise above it. Because like I'm saying, like I said at the beginning of this, when people say like, oh, well, there's no point me stop smoking because I've always done it, so there's no point, is there? Like I said, there is a point. When you get a question like that and everyone goes, oh, it doesn't matter, I'm not going to not eat meat because I've always done it, so there's no point, is there? But like I said, if everyone stayed like that, well, we might as well give up then, because that just means that you know things are wrong, that something isn't good for you, but you carry on doing it anyway because it doesn't matter, because maybe I haven't got that many years left or whatever, so it doesn't really matter. Well, it does, because maybe you could prolong your life. Maybe you'd have a more productive, positive life with a lot more enjoyment, because you're not like killing your cells off and stuff, and I don't know if anyone knows what I mean, but yeah, I'm starting to look into things, because I've noticed when I started my path that things have started slowly dropping off. Like, for instance, clothes. This cardigan was off eBay. So I call it thrifted, even though it was off eBay. It was still like I went to a thrifted shop because it was second hand. Things like that don't bother me. Obviously, certain things you're not going to buy second hand, but labels do not bother me anymore. My eldest son, I'll tell you what, one of the good things about him is he does not give a toss about labels. No, it's never too late to improve, and, well, they don't really go out the house that much, but some people might watch this, oh, well, she wears it. I'm not really bothered. The only reason you're bothered about a label is because it makes you look better, because it costs a certain amount of money. Get them cheaper on eBay anyway, second hand. It costs a lot of money. You're putting out someone, oh, look, I can afford this, or, oh, look at this label. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really mean anything. It just means you've paid more for an outfit that probably cost as much as the cheaper ones anyway. It's higher at a price because you're paying for the name. That's all you're paying for. And not that I was ever dead big into my labels anyway. That has never bothered me. I'm not the label. The label doesn't have to wear me, if you know what I mean. Oh, I love thrifting. I love it. I've not been for a bit, but I do love it because, well, I do say that. I do it on eBay, so I do it that way because they're normally not brand new. Some of the stuff. And I do enjoy it. It's better looking at things that everyone else hasn't got, you know what I mean? Being that way, but just not being in that zone of like, whereabouts, that's another thing as well. We've got to follow all the fish this way because that's what we've been told to do. I'm swimming that way. Thanks. You all go that way because I'm going that way. Oh my God, Old Crow. I've seen bits over the couple of years, but just recently of some YouTube videos, even though some of them are blown up out of proportion, you've got to look through that and see what they're actually saying. All these films and stuff that I'm like, what the fucking hell is going on? I can't say joke. I've joked and gone, yeah, I'd rather just go and live in the country in a field away from every fucker because I can't be arsed with people. I don't mean people like you guys. I just mean people who are just walking around with blinkers on and just go, oh, but it's because, well, and you're just like, think about it though, question stuff. Why are they doing this? Why? Why did the government do this? What are they doing? It is killing us, and that's the thing that everyone's trying to talk about around the world at the minute. Things that they're doing. We didn't have years ago, we didn't have all sprays and crap and things to clean things with. You've got to keep really clean. Why? So we can get all the bugs. I'm even thinking about vaccinations now. What's that all about? I had one the other week. What's that all about? So I think I'm going against that now because I'm just like, yeah, funny how we all have to have vaccinations and then everyone's dying from the flu after they've had a vaccination. And they always say it's in it. And Jay Dreamer's put a video up. He's got one. He actually went into the pharmacy and asked for the ingredients, and they weren't even on there. But the list of shit or thing to go with the vaccine was like that big. No one looks at it though, do they? You go to the doctors. Oh, there's your thing. All right, big list falls out. You're like, oh yeah, because he told us it's supposed to make us better or whatever it is. We just take it for granted that it's true. And it's mad because we buy stuff, but we don't go, actually, what the hell is that on the back? Like, what's all that in there? Like, I could make it myself. That's why they don't want herbalists and things making natural stuff, because they know we don't need all the shit, because basically, yeah, chemical warfare, that's what they mean. It's fucking chemicals. That's what it is. Like, they don't want us knowing that if you live naturally and with natural things, nature, things that we get from nature was put there for us, yeah, we wouldn't be buying it all because it's all to do with money and oil and shit like that. Hi, Renee, is it? I always go, I don't know. Really rubbish at reading. It's all to do with consumerism and money and oil and, oh my God, like, what's it all about? Like, You've got a roof over your head. You've got a bed to sleep in. You've got food to eat, good food to eat, water. Good friends, positive people around you. YouTube's good. We like finding out about things. TV, news, definitely don't watch. So this awakening thing, I don't even know if I've made any sense on any of this video, but this awakening thing, when everyone goes, to be spiritual, to be awakening, not necessarily, because you can just start seeing things if you know where you're looking. And I've stumbled across a lot of stuff lately in the past 2 weeks, and like they're going about opening a third eye. Well, I definitely think mine's open because I'm like, and now that I know, I can't stop seeing stuff. I'm like, does that mean? Because you've got to question everything. Like, what's going on there? And people go, yeah, but why do they do that? Because, it kills loads of people, or it's harmful, or like, why would they do that? Because they don't give a flying shite. That's why they do it. Yeah, money is paper, it's slavery. Why can't we live in a world we don't need money? People could do good deeds for each other that sort of pays for the thing that you're doing, if you know what I mean. Or whatever. Yeah, it is slavery, and that's the whole thing that's going on in the world at the minute. Yeah, well, they do say money is the root of all evil, so there's something in that. Oh, and by the way, I saw someone say this yesterday, I can't remember who it was, but watch this. Life They don't want us to live because they are turn life, not life, sorry, live. They don't want us to live. Turn live the other way around. Evil. These people who don't want us to live an abundant life are evil. Yeah, because they want it for themselves, but they don't want people to know the power that's in our minds, because it is in our minds, people. When I've said mindset, it is in your mindset, it's your vibrations, it's the energies you put out there. The more we stay flat and like, oh, fearful, I don't know where all this is coming from, fearful, they know that they're winning because we're all like, oh, negative vibes everywhere. Oh, look at them, all negative. They don't know what to do. We just keep feeding them shit and they'll keep believing it and we'll keep the masses down. Because you know, if we all rose up, what would they do if we all rose up? I don't know if anyone gets what I'm talking about, but I know what I'm talking about. But I'm saying you can start, just be positive. Set them vibrations up. You're going to do a YouTube channel. Don't get into all the shitty shite. Just speak your soul, good stuff, and maybe start looking at things, because I'm like, I have to give these away for people who are not really bothered, but, I don't know if I can clean the bottles out and put other stuff in, but, yeah, I hope people get what I'm saying. Some people are going to come on and go, oh my God, I don't know what she's talking about, she's gone mental. No, it's just that I'm seeing things and now I'm thinking, well, why am I doing that to myself? Why am I doing it to my children? I've just said to my son, my eldest one, I went, look, you're eating this, whether you like it or not. If you don't like it, you'll have to move out or buy your own food, because this is what you're eating. Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking of looking at, and using different things in my bath and stuff, and not all the, and then you'd probably have a bit more money from not buying all the stuff, you know what I mean? I am waking up. I'm so waking up, it's scary. Because the other day I was like, oh my God. But that's what they want people to do as well. But now I'm like, well, how do you make this better? We've got to raise our vibes. And we've got to, like I said, we've got to keep our emotions. Because like I said, I'm an emotional person. So people know they can feed off me because I get emotional, but now I've got to think, you know what, it is emotions, don't let that interfere, that's why, like the other day when someone commented, I don't normally, so I've got to think, no, just don't even bother looking at it. Obviously, if I see nice comments, I do write back to people, but just don't even look at it. Focus on the positive. There's always bad things and good things going on in the world. This shit that's going to hit the fan soon, people are going to be like, what? Some of them will probably have a mental breakdown because they'll be like, I can't comprehend it. I can understand it, totally understand it. And I think because I'm a creative person anyway, with a creative mind, which has just set me off to think, I've got some paintings that are going to come out of me now. Like my dad gave me the things to paint on, so I might be doing that. I can think outside the box. Some people can't because they'll say, oh, but that's a fairy tale, or that's this, that and the other. Well, think about it. We got told dinosaurs roamed the earth, these big, massive, gianty things. So if we can believe that, we all believe that without a problem. So what's going on there? There's a lot of people waking up, and it's been happening over quite a few years because all this stuff has been going on for years and years and years, suppressing us, keeping us slavery. I know it sounds mad to some people, but it is. Even like racial things, they're still there, but it's in a different way. It's like I said, we're all one at the end of the day. The universe, we're all, what we all think is all in one. The whole world's feeling negative, then we're all feeling like shit. If the whole world was feeling rejoiced, we'd all feel it too. So we're all, that oneness that they talk about, it is us, connected to everybody. It's a bit like when I talk about Avatar, why I love that film, like the AOR, was it? I can't remember, the tree of life, the roots was connected to everything. We are the roots. We are connected to everything. I don't even know where all this is coming from. I think I need to go and calm down, but this is why I say I'm authentic. Things will just fly out of my mouth. I don't know if anything's made sense in order, but that is just how I feel. And I'm like, the more people start waking up slowly. I've realised I've been doing it slowly because I slowly started not watching the news till I've not watched it for about 5 years. I can't entertain it. When my mum comes to visit, she goes, "I'm gonna put the news on 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock." No, let's not put the news on because I don't want to know. It's putting you in the negative mind state that they want you in. Adverts a negative mind state. It's all to go out to get you to buy this, so let's all get in debt. Oh God, we're all depressed and miserable. Oh look, the vibrations are down. That's what it's all about. So I hope you all get that because I'm going now. And who knows which day I'll come back. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm just got to concentrate on a few things. But saying that, you know what I'm like. So I don't know. You all knew I'd be back today. But maybe I just felt like I had to because you've got to keep that presence. If you want to go and watch some really good people, you need to go and watch Jay Dreamers, who's, I think he's just gone live now. Or he is in a bit. I know. I've been missing it. That's why I'm going off in a minute. Infinite Waters, top guy. Just been watching him, he's just lovely. And Teal Swan. There's many others as well. Some are clickbait, obviously I don't mean them people are. Some are just talking about this stuff and making it more scary than it sounds because it's just they want people to click on because we want subs. We're not really asked what people think, we just want subs. You know what I mean? Because it's just the ego thing. But anyway, no, I'll probably be back over the weekend. I'm just trying to have a few. I've got to do my nail course. I've got to try and get that finished, and I'm just chilling out a little bit. But it's because I'm reading up on stuff and watching stuff, so I get a bit distracted. Even though that's what they're trying to get us distracted, but I'm getting a bit just looking at a few things. So I'll have some things for the videos as well, but you just have to keep an eye out. Anyway, so I hope you all got what I was saying. Thumbs up. Because there's always a lovely one person that always puts a thumb down, which makes me laugh. Because I just think, why are you watching me? If you want to thumb it down. I'm sure it's the same person. Yeah, they do roll your eyes, but you know what? They say, what's the saying? Ignorance is bliss. Well, it's not, because if you're being ignorant to it, oh God, when the wake-up call comes, you're going to be like, shit, wasn't prepared. We didn't know, like, what the hell did this just come out the blue? It's not come out the blue. It's been there for ages. We're just waking up to certain things that you wouldn't believe are going on because we just get fed crap all the time about stuff, and we just choose to take no notice because it's like, oh well, you know, been doing it for years, so it doesn't really matter, does it? You know what I mean? That sort of thing. But anyway, if anyone's got any ideas on, because I know, I can't remember the name, Black Rose, someone, if anyone's got any ideas of like natural cleaning ideas for me, or, because I know what someone was doing, I think it was Black Rose, I might be missing a bit off her name there, washing powder she was doing or something, because I'm looking at that, because my son has eczema, and I know you can get like not so strong powders and stuff, but I just want to look into a few. I'm looking on Pinterest and stuff, but even if it just makes you think, yeah, well, you know, we're spraying, it's like hairspray. I've had this can for probably about a year because I don't actually use hairspray on my hair. I've never liked it. In the 80s, people know, 80s, 90s, we used to get hairspray and go like this. Well, I didn't actually. The people's were perms. It was dead crispy hair. Your hair never moved, right? Your hair never moved because you're constantly like spraying. I know girls at school that used to take a can of hairspray. They'd use about a can of hairspray in a day. But I never liked that crunchy feeling, and I still don't like it now, so I don't really use it. It's just probably when I've been out, which I don't do a lot of that. There's nothing in it now. But I just think, you're spraying all this, even like hair dye, I know, and I dyed it the other day, but now it's making me think, gotta start looking at stuff. Hello, psychic medium, is it Brittany? But you know, you've got to question what we're doing. It's just like everywhere. Surprised we're not like, well, we are with all the stuff, you know, because you can get henna hair colours. I've used that before. But yeah, I hope she just come on when I'm going. I hope everyone sort of got what I was talking about. I just think, you know, we need to really see what's going on and move away from certain things, you know, and go down your own path and sort of leave some things. We don't need all the things we're told we need all the time. We don't. More like we need to connect with people. It's like this thing, before we go, it's like this thing about the sex bot things, you know, like cloning and, yeah, cloning and all that, and then the sex bots things and all bringing this out. And at one point I was thinking, oh, well, you know, for people who are a bit lonely, and then I thought, no, actually, it's taking the connection away. Like, this series I'm watching, honestly, go and watch it. You'll find it weird, some of it, but it's good. Altered Carbon. They said something in that about this woman who went with this guy and she was kissing him and she said, oh, I feel what you feel, I feel, because it was two actual, you know, people coming together and having that connection and that feeling. Like, in the end, that's how we'll all be, subdued. No one will, you know, no feelings to do anything. No, it's the connection. It's the feelings, because it's not a physical life we're living. It's an emotional one. That's why we get upset. That's why we feel happy. Everything is done off our emotions. And you know what I was thinking as well? I saw these African children on something someone was talking about, where they're all running around in the place we live in. They haven't got much. And look at us in the other countries, mobile phones, this, that and the other, and we're all miserable because they're connected to each other. They communicate. They've not all got mobile phones and this, that and the other, where everyone's disconnecting. So there's no feelings. There's no emotion. So everyone does become like robots because there's no emotion. So, you know, there's certain stuff going on, but we need to raise it up and make people aware. Yeah, so if anyone's got any ideas on some cleaning stuff, please let me know. And I'm going now to go and chill out and watch series of that and some other stuff I want to watch as well. And I hope it makes some of you think that don't know what I'm talking about, and the people that do know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so yeah, everyone's either got their head in the phone, you know, I do it. I've got to get out of that thing in the TV, which I definitely don't watch. It's about reconnecting with nature, reconnecting with people and emotions, and stop being, you know what I mean. Anyway, I'll be doing other chats on it anyway, so I'll see you all soon. And for the ones who are here live, thank you very much. And for the ones who are not and they see it after, hi and bye, and I'll I will see you soon, you know I will. Bye.